It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Good day, everyone. This is Tyrone Lowe. This is a T-Lo video production, and the name of my show is called The Legends. And I have today somebody that I always wanted on my show. She's a diva, and she's a diva, and she's a diva. We have Dawn Souluvn Williams. Hey, Dawn.
Hey.
How you doing, girl?
I'm good. Hanging in there, through
That's
it all.
what's up. We're going to start off by telling the viewers, how do you actually started singing, and what age did you start singing?
I don't know. I think I was between 8 and 11, maybe. That's when I noticed that I could sing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were at a family reunion, and my father told me and my sisters and brothers to get up on stage, and sing "We Are Family," the Sister Sledge.
Right.
And all I pretty much knew, I didn't know the lead, I just knew the background. We are family, get up everybody sing. So I heard myself sing that part. And I was like, oh my God. I said, that really sounds good. And I just started going off. And my father came up there and he was like, sit down, Hassan, sit down, Aisha, that's my sister's name, let her sing. And I just went off with bananas. Everybody started, but I was little,
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I knew that I wanted to sing for people, because I liked the reaction that I got from them, when they heard me. And I liked the reaction that I got when I heard me.
You come from a very large family. You come from a very large family.
Yes, I do. I have a large family. My mother and father is Muslim. But my father and my mother was two different sides of the religion. One followed Minister Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, and one followed Minister Warthin Muhammad, which is Elijah Muhammad's son. And my father believed in more than one wife, and my mother did. So I have 32 sisters and brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You talk about genetics.
Yeah. So my mother, I have 5 sisters and brothers, with my mom and, my dad.
Well, I wouldn't want to have no beef with you.
No, you don't.
You got an army to back you up, girl.
Yes, indeed.
But, growing up early, what artists really influenced you to actually, get into your craft of singing?
Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder, those, Mariah Carey, believe it or not, Alicia Keys, the singers and musicians. I love live music. That's why I was so into Alicia Keys.
Okay.
She's not the best singer in the world. She could sing, but she's not the best singer. But I studied her, and I studied her background singers.
Right.
Her background singers they could sing better than she could. And I studied her band, because I love live music.
Right.
Same with Mary J. Blige. I studied her band.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all for singing Shaka Khan. I like when people get out on stage and they own it, and they own it, because they can really sing. It's people that can sing and they go out on the stage, but there's a difference.
Right.
There's a difference with owning that stage. It's like it's flawless. Somebody who just know how to sing and they own a stage, it is not that flawless, because they have to really try.
Okay.
There's a difference between going out there and not really trying, but you just hand it down,
Right.
and that's how I felt at 7 or 8, when I was on that stage, with my family reunion. I owned it, and I sounded good doing it.
No. So, Dawn, let's talk about your very first single. Mm-hmm. Tell the viewers the name of it and how did you actually come across that?
My very first single was actually, it was called Release, Funky Beat. I guess they came up Funky Beat first because that was the title of just the music.
Right.
And that was a techno track, electronic. But the guy actually was following me on Facebook. And on Facebook, I was at that time, just doing R&B, so I guess he heard, the soul, because I used to, sing a lot, and I still do it with my car shows and stuff like that. But he actually contacted me on Facebook and was like, I want to do a song with you, do you mind? And I was like, oh, sure, yeah. And I looked him up. Look, I be investigating. I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
And I noticed that he worked with Barbara Tucker, he around the world, and, Dwayne Hardin, and, it was, his name was Moses, and Moestro. And I was like, yes, oh my God, I was just, I just couldn't believe it, that he would contact me and want to work with me. And the thing about it is, he was right around the corner.
Wow.
He lived right around the corner from me. So I when it's time to go to the studio, I just walked around the corner and went to the studio. And the way we recorded it, which I was shocked because it was a techno song, is he played the piano. So that's what really drew me in, because I'm all for live music. He played the piano and he just gave me the lyrics, and he was just like, sing. And I sung to it. And then he put that techno sound up underneath it, and he said he got the track from overseas. I don't know. But anyway, that was actually my very, very first track, my first single. But when that came out, it didn't come out with my name attached to it. Just
wow. Okay.
But there's different versions on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And it was a free, I guess, download, mm-hmm. whatever. So it has, some of them have 1 million views, some of them have, 50,000, 10,000. Mm-hmm. But that was my first, and I actually loved it. But that was my very first one. Now the first one that you're talking about, I'm not sure, because it was actually 2. It was New Me and I Choose Me. And they both were by Johnny Montana, also overseas. Yeah, and New Me went number 1 and stayed number 1 for, I would say, close to 3 months. So, and that's the song that really took me over the top, so to say. Because I like to say I'm still not over the top, but that's the song that kind of put me up there with a lot of the legendary house music singers that are out there today.
So my question to you is, since your first recording, have you felt that your production has actually elevated to a whole different level to compare to when you started?
No.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I love all kind of music. You know, I love all types of instrumentation, and I, you know, I don't know. If it doesn't sound up to par, I won't do it.
Okay.
You know, so no, I don't think so. So your craft is your craft. What you do is what you do. You know, if I like it, then you know I'm going to sing on it. I've had a lot of producers in my time over the years say, "Oh, you need this. You need this type of sound. You need that type of sound. You need to do better with this sound. You need to," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know, because to me, there is no better. Your craft is your craft. What you do and how you got it to where it's at is where it's at, and I like it. You know, so I know I don't think so. What you do is what you do, and what you got, and what you did, and how it came out.
That's good to know. Viewers, we're going to take a slight pause, and we'll be right back with Dawn Souluvn Williams.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
Tino. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my show, The Legends, and we have the diva, Dawn Souluvn Williams. Hey, Dawn.
Hey.
So I'm going to ask you, what was actually the highlight of your career in your music career?
Thankful. When I did Thankful, even though New Me, put me over the top, I think Thankful kept me there. Because at that time I was in I wouldn't say a bad place, but I was in a place where I couldn't take anything for granted anymore. Because I had surgery on my neck, and you can still see this scar. I had bones removed from my spine and my neck.
Okay.
And I couldn't sing. I couldn't talk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that's when I wrote Thankful. I had got music from an overseas producer again. Soul Creative Producers is what they're called. And oh my God, I felt that music. I felt it. I felt, I actually cried when I heard it because I felt so thankful. That music was so spiritual, and the words just fell out of my head. And I wrote the song. And at that time, my PSE&G got cut off, my public service, so no electricity in my house.
Wow.
And so, and I couldn't talk. I was in pain. I didn't want to go to my mom's house because, I'm so independent. I wanted to do the things that I normally do on my own. But my sisters and them, they came to the house. They helped me out, because I couldn't bend down, so they had to do all that stuff for me. But I just stayed home. But I wrote that song, and I couldn't sing it, but I heard it in my head.
Okay.
So when I recorded it, when I was able to sing and recorded it, that's what I got from it. What you hear is what I, had in my head. And immediately it went number one. But I think that song went number one because I think everybody felt what I felt when I wrote it. Not how I sung it, just they felt what I felt when I wrote it. Because people go through the same things that we singers go through,
Right.
when we write these songs. So they feel it, they understand it. So thankful to answer your question is.
Okay. What I want to know is that through your career, we go through a lot of ups and downs as artists, producers, DJs, things of that nature. And I just want to know, do you have any suggestions for the upcoming performers, artists, DJs, producers, people that really want to get into that craft, anything that you can actually give to them to encourage them?
Well, always, number one, mind your business, and it's not being mean. You can mind your business. Take care of what you need to take care of for you and have, based on what you need to get you going. When you start worrying about everybody else, and that's when and not focus on your craft, that's when it all pretty much either go down hill or stay stagnant. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to ask people for help. And do it. Ask for help. I ask for a whole lot of help, and at times I still need help. I don't do all this by myself. But mind your craft. That's all. Try not to worry about other people, and how they're doing it. You can know, like I said before, what you do is what you do. How you do it is how you do it. That's where the focus needs to be, not on how other people do it. Because everybody is not you. You're not everybody. You're your own person. Be you. That's it.
Okay. So since we're on the subject of doing, let's talk about All I Do.
Okay.
What actually influenced you to do that remix? Because it's very epic. And let's tell the viewers how you actually stumbled across that.
Well, this year and last year, I think when I did Feel the Fire, Stephanie Mills, I said, I actually want to do a cover album, with all covers, but of my idols. Of course, Stephanie is one of them because I've been told that I sound like Stephanie Mills. So I'm doing these covers. I did the Aretha Franklin, The Deeper Love, and I did Frankie Beverly and Maze. And Jerry C. King out of Chicago, he was like, "Why don't you do this?" And I was like, Stevie Wonder? Now Stevie Wonder wasn't in my my list of to do, and so I was like, okay, because I love a challenge. I do. I love a challenge. And the only problem with me, and when I sing and I do covers, I make it my own. And I don't know how not to, so people can say, you got to sing it like this, sing it this way. I can't. I literally can't,
Right.
I can try, but something in my head would be like, go that way with it. Stay over there. I'll try to come back. No, it pushed me right back. So I can't. So I make it my own. So with All I Do, I try so hard, to keep it. Because sometimes if you mess up a song, it's over. Especially if it's
right.
a classic or if it's, sung by a legend, it's over. No. So sometimes you have to, keep it in the same format. But Jerry C. King, he put that in my inbox, do this. And I said, okay. And I knew the song, so it wasn't a problem with doing it. And then I took pictures and stuff for it with Jean Thurman Ellis. She was a photographer. She's actually my photographer for everything.
Right.
And that's how that song came like that. Of course, I did it just like that. I actually recorded the vocals right here in my studio and sent them back to Jerry. And that was it. That's how it came about. So I'm on this cover streak, still working on covers now to this day. So I give it, this year is probably going to be the last year of all these covers because I got to get my originals back out, out my head on some tape and, record it.
We all going through a limitized part of the pandemic right now. And I would like you to tell the audience and viewers, when it's over, if it's over, what would you like to be doing?
Well,
or I should say, where should you be at, at that point?
Well, I actually, I want to be back on stage.
Okay.
I want to be back, giving my audience me, live, not on Facebook, not on Zoom, not on Instagram. I want to
the
be
real
out
deal.
there.
I hear you.
Yeah, I want to be out there. I want to be with them. I want to get back to being me on stage. It's a different feel being home. I could do it down here. I got the little setup with the mics, keyboards, drums, bass. I could do it here. And I've done it, but it's not the same unless I'm in front of 10, 200, 10,000 people.
For me, it's kind of different too.
Get back to that.
For me, it's kind of different because I'm used to shooting from a real live TV studio. And now, due to the fact of the pandemic, as you can see, I'm shooting from my studio now. So it's like, a little different. Any shout outs to anyone? You have any shout outs for anyone at this time?
Yes. Number one, I want to shout out to Derek Ricky Nelson. He's my executive producer. Like all the songs that I've mentioned, he's helped me, with them. And he pushes me, he talks to me, I talk to him, I cry, to him, he's my musical best friend, so I definitely want to give a shout out to him. We got some stuff coming up, 2021. Shout out to Jerry C. King. He helped me get my label, Souluvn Entertainment. That song, A Deeper Love, that's all him, and just shout out to every producer that I've ever worked with. I love them all. I've been with so many that, I can't really name them all because then because I'm going to forget some names and I'm going to feel bad because I forgot their name, So shout out to them all the producers that I've worked with. Shout out to all the singers that I've worked with, all the singers that I've met. The Teresa Griffins, the Dawn Tallmans, the Viola Sykes, the Kenny Bovians, see, I can go on and on, but see, I started that and I know I work with many more, but shout out to CC Rogers. He is super producer, everything, I've worked with him and I'm going to love getting back into the studio and working with him again. One of my top shout outs that I wanted to is Josh Milan, of Honeycomb.
I had him on my show.
Yeah,
I
know.
Dude. Very nice dude.
He's a magician, he's a magic man. Musically, he's magic. Everything that you need, one man shop. Shout out to him. You know, my EP with him went #1. I actually had 2 house music songs on there and 2 R&B songs on there, on that EP. Shout out to Reggie Steele. He's also a magic man, you know, one man shop. He's a musician as well. You know, he, like Josh Milan, he produces, he sings, you know, he plays every instrument you can imagine, you know, and same with Derek Ricky Nelson. See, all these producers I work with, they sing. The only one that I work with that didn't sing, but he also a magician, is Beloved. Okay. No, Beloved, don't sing. Don't sing, Beloved.
Well, Dawn, you know, it's a pleasure to have you on my show. And viewers, I hope you got a lot out of this. You know, support this sister here. She's brilliant.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm sure she has a lot of good things coming up. And guys, just listen to her, support her, and buy her stuff, you know, and stuff. And don't be surprised if you get an email from me one day with a track, you know. Hey, you never know, you know. But anyway, this is T-Lo Video Production. This is The Legends. And I have Dawn Souluvn Williams on the house, you know, and I thank you very much.
Thank you.
And guys, thank you very much for tuning in.
No problem.
For the love of house,
the dynamic soul sounds of
for the love
DJ
of dance.
Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.
That's nice.
DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone